quickly, of course, let's take a look at the latest updates. Nandan Nilekani is trailing in Bangalore South. Of course, he is up against Anand Kumar. We have to, of course, once again keep in mind these are initial threats based only on postal ballots. But Mr. Manipuri, a lot of talk about how Anand Kumar has kept a very tight hold on Bangalore South, and then Nandan Nilekani could be the one man to unseat him.
No, I don't think so, because as all of us know, it's not as this Congress people propagated saying that he hasn't done any much work and all. He has done a lot of work for that particular constituency, and the people are with him. And he's mind you, actually, he's an old tiger there. You know, he knows exactly who's who and who's thing. He knows probably every voter by name, and he's always very friendly with them, and everyone is very much accessible. And people also know Mr. Nandan Nilekani can never ever be accessible like Anand Kumar at all.
Tyagaraja, I saw
exactly what I'm
nodding in
saying.
disapproval.
I'm saying. No, this is what is my experience.
Mr. Tyagaraja, I saw you nodding in disapproval, Mr. Tyagaraja.
I think we are going a little overboard.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I live in South Bangalore, right? And Anand is a good friend of mine, but he's never come to our locality ever since he's been winning, etc. Most people have not met him. He's well-intentioned, good man. But
I agree. So it's not all about friends elections, I'm telling you.
No, but I would not go overboard in saying that.
Kumar has done nothing to Bangalore South.
Exactly. And for five.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
No, as far as I know, we have gone through the constituency very well, because I was one of the team asked by the seniors to go through the constituency very well. I combed the constituency very well, and I found he has done a lot of work in that constituency without publicity. I'm telling you.
Anwar,
and
you would have gone.
The result will show now.
He may win, he may not win. That is a different thing. Yes, he is a good politician who's been winning successively for the last 5 years, 5 terms, etc. But don't forget, there's an element of voter awareness also. Yes. I do not know whether that factor comes into play this time or not, but there is an element which might cause a little bit of...
A member of parliament who's won successive terms, all that he had to say was vote for Narendra Modi. He had nothing else to tell his constituency.
That's the case with the
Sorry?
No, in fact,
I can understand. I can understand that.
will have to challenge Mr. Marpadi's. You can't. No. Let us he wants to challenge you.
Yes, Mr. Datta. Yes, Mr. Datta.
Rhetoric aside, you can't simply say nothing has happened in this country for the last 60 years.
Exactly.
Right? You simply can't make those kinds of statements. Okay, let's take Gujarat itself. Gujarat has developed, nobody is contesting that. But if you're looking at facts, if you're looking at figures, if you're looking at, which state was number one when Gujarat started its upward journey, and which state is number one today, GDP growth, size of economy, whatever factors you're going to take into account, right? Gujarat was in number fifth position 15 years ago when Narendra Modi took office 13 years ago. It's still there. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu have been above Gujarat all these decades. They started with a larger base and they've continued their growth in the same fashion. So, whatever other claims we might make about Gujarat, let's not discount other states which have grown in an equally impressive fashion.
Very true. In fact, you've not had the BJP over there. No,
but why do you have to say
you've not had the BJP in Tamil Nadu. It's been AIA, DMK and DMK, and their GDP is fantastic. Their other growth sectors are good.
I'm not denying other states also developed. Now, which all other states have developed, they're tagging along with us because they know the BJP is the one person who will go to deliver. You see all
are
the
they
BJP
tagging along for development or are they
finish.
tagging along because the BJP is winning?
Yeah, winning because why it's winning? It's winning because it has shown. It has shown its mettle. It should prove its mettle in many of the states, like Madhya Pradesh, all the places, including Karnataka. I'm telling you, Karnataka, the development we showed in the 6 years of the 3 chief ministers rule, whatever it is, it's only the internal fight we lost and the split in the party we win. You can check. You can check.
I just have to. I'm sorry. Give me a chance, Anwar. This is exactly how your campaign has been. You've screamed a lot of things from the rooftop and you have expected that people will buy into your argument.
It shows.
Okay. Now, no, we'll know at the end of the day. Whether as a campaign strategy it works or not is very different from saying that this is the only truth.
No,
there is no, hang on, Anwar, 1 second. A large index of development, and Prithvi might be able to correct me if I go wrong here. A large index of development is what happens to the female population in a given state. You look at women's literacy, you look at female feticide, you look at infant mortality, you look at the health expectancy rates of mothers. In all of these parameters, Gujarat is way behind even states like Karnataka. What are we talking about? What is this? Can you tell me?
Far better.
Sorry?
In infant mortality, they are far better.
No, Karnataka is better. No. I'm sorry.
This is exactly what it is.
Not true.
This is wrong information. This information.
Okay, just a second. Mr. Raman, go ahead.
No.
Mr. Raman, Mr. Manipuri, 1 second. Mr. Raman.
There are parameters where they are doing not well, but in terms of women and child mortality, their rating is higher.
No, I think
Professor Datta, if you can confirm that, if you have a
We'll give
contradiction.
the source.
Let Mr. Datta
has confirmed that the 13% and infant
That's the
mortality
reason
is
all the awards, planning commission has given about 6 awards to
Right,
Gujarat.
okay.
What's wrong?
Professor Datta, if you can
Flying
give us the
kites?
numbers exactly.
Playing marbles. Why
No,
you
but
given?
incidentally, flying kites. By the way, Anwar, flying kites is a very big thing in
I'm
Gujarat.
asking it.
Don't run it
Manipuri,
down.
Ask it, sir.
Don't
I'm
run
asking.
it down.
No,
Kite
I'm not
flying is a
running.
very
No.
big event in
No,
Gujarat.
why did they do it?
Very important
There's
event.
seven
Because
awards.
of
Right.
kites, etc.
Let's just hold on, Professor Datta, if you can give us the figures.
Yeah.
In education, especially primary education, in health parameters, Gujarat has been among the worst performing states. I'm not making up these things. Anybody can go on Google and find those, find that data, right? I want to come back and ask one simple question. If Karnataka was governed really well by BJP government, I want to know one substantial development indicator that we can, or one major project that we can.
Okay, will you listen in calm?
Please.
Let's take for example Bangalore itself. Bangalore, before Congress took over, the roads were in horrible state. All the flyovers were left as it is where it is. The old Madras, old airport road, the Jaydev circle, all these places were developed after BJP came in. They finished after BJP came in.
Mr. Manipuri, but actually during the BJP time is when when Bangalore came to be known as Garbage City, Pothole City. It was during the BJP time.
Okay, just a sec.
No,
Just
you're
a
talking
second.
about the garbage thing. There's also a game plan played by the Congress people at the corporation, BBMP.
Right, Ms. Shaswati, your point.
No, can I just make
That's it, Mr.
Just a
Jackson has not
second,
made a point here. Let Mr. Jackson. Yeah.
No, let's just.
one simple
There is
point.
one kind of amnesia in the whole development debate, particularly in the Gujarat, nowhere they are referring to the Anand model. In fact, the Anand model was the first model that literally brought a paradigm shift in Gujarat. And the Keshubhai's argument, developed, what's called his rule between 1990 and 2000 somewhere. So that literally pushed this Gujarat, not because of the Narendra Modi.
See, plus I think,
and on secondly, we need to understand that the Kerala model is literally, is in the forefront. It's standing first in everything.
Literacy rate is fantastic.
Yes, everything is there.
No, but then again, Kerala model has its own deficiencies.
What is it? But you're not referring to
it. Does not lead to employment.
There are scholars in Karnataka that are now saying that there is something called the Karnataka model of development.
No,
why
but
are
then,
you not referring to that one?
The fact that we're talking about we're talking about a Kerala model and a Gujarat model and a Bihar model, it tells you that in India one size does not fit all. And therefore, what works in an enterprising community like Gujarat may not work in Bengal. Because a lot of this human enterprise, ultimately in development, what is it that you're doing? You are striking big ideas, trying to make change by harnessing people power, right? That's the only thing that you do in development, essentially. You have to have those big ideas that are going to be able to harness the energy
Joshi
and the
himself came out
resources
and
in the
spoke about
state.
that. One model will not suit the entire country.
One is whether the model suits the entire country. Two, and this is from the comment that Anwar earlier made, especially things like flyover infrastructure. Let's not fool ourselves by saying that these are not continuous processes.
Yes, one example. There are many.
Anwar, these are continuous processes. Completing the construction of a flyover has very little to do with overall
He
development.
asked me one thing about Bangalore. I told him that many
What
other
do you have to say about this? Nitin has a point. Yes,
I'm not really sure of the Gujarat model, but there is something called as a Gujarati model. They are entrepreneurial by nature. Let's not forget that.
Listen,
come
on, this is too much.
Let's listen to Nitin.
When a state is developing, you say Gujarati model, not Gujarat model.
Let's listen to Nitin. Yeah, he has a point. Yes.
Or whether it was Mr. Keshubhai Patel or Shankar Singh Waghela, generally Gujaratis have been
had
entrepreneurs.
industries, yes.
They have created wealth. They have started enterprises. If you see some of the returns of the companies that are managed by Gujaratis, they have given the best returns. So they are generally entrepreneurial by nature. So in spite of the government, I think Gujarat would have anyway done well. Maybe some catalyst was given by the BJP government, but I don't think we should attribute the entire success to the Modi government.
Professor Dutt.
I want to make a very simple, very quick point. When I ask a simple question on a development achievement, I don't expect anybody to come back with the building a flyover.
Exactly.
Right? So, what
you
do
asked
we
me?
mean?
You asked me one development. You said there are many others.
Put it in a different
Infrastructure. Exactly. There's a lot of other things also. There's a lot of other things also I'm telling you. See, for example, the cycle, the education.
These are all welfare measures. They are not development measures.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
And also,
please, let's make a difference between what development is, what welfare is.
Let's talk about power. Shakti Nagar.
Let's talk about.
Who did it? We did it.
Sorry?
Shakti Nagar.
Come on.
Come on.
It
was. No.
Mr. Murthy, can you give us more information on that?
No, it was halfway through. They didn't complete. We did it.
Mr. Murthy, yeah. Okay, can you give us more information on that? That would be better.
Let Mr. Murthy. Right.
Please. These are all ongoing projects.
Okay, quickly. Let's take in some trends that are coming in from. Let's take in some trends coming in, gentlemen. If I could have some calm, please. Thank you. Well, let's take a look at Amethi now. We're looking at Amethi early trends. Just a second, Mr. Murthy. We'll come back to you. In Amethi, of course, we've got Rahul Gandhi trailing now. We've got Smriti Irani in the lead. Now, if this is maintained, it will be very, very surprising to say in the least. But this is, of course, the early trends. It's a little too early to state how it will go post this, but as of now, it's Smriti Irani in the lead. Now coming back to Mr. Murthy.
Now, if you take the balance sheet of the Bangalore City Corporation, from the time the BJP has taken over, what is the amount of money they have borrowed from various banks, pledging public utility buildings, including the town hall they wanted to pledge. Now, what happened to all the monies that they have raised, and what are the regular resources which the corporation raised, and how much money they have spent on infrastructure, how much money they have spent on other welfare measures, how much money they have other categories. If you take that, the most tragic thing that has happened to Karnataka is BJP's governance in Bangalore. This is unfortunate, and as a Bangalorean I feel sad. Anwar is not a Bangalorean. He should know